Once upon a time, in a quiet village nestled deep in the mountains, there existed a lost garden called the Garten of Banban. This garden was renowned for its beauty and grandeur, and many travelers sought to visit it. But few knew that the garden was cursed and concealed sinister secrets within. Long ago, the owner of the garden, a magician named Rudolph, turned to dark forces in search of immortality. His thirst for power and insatiable desire to retain control over the garden led him to strike a diabolical deal. Rudolph sacrificed his own soul and, in return, gained eternal life. But it came with terrifying consequences. The garden became a doomed place where the souls of deceased travelers were trapped forever. Anyone who ventured into the Garten of Banban found themselves ensnared and became victims of Rudolph. Shadows of past victims haunted new visitors, tormenting them and robbing them of sleep. The locals, realizing that the garden possessed an ominous power, decided to isolate it from the rest of the world. They built high walls around the Garten of Banban and forbade entry. However, the garden continued to radiate malevolence and darkness, with piercing cries for help echoing from within every night. One day, a group of desperate adventurers arrived in the village, eager to unravel the mysteries of the Garten of Banban and free the souls of the deceased, ignoring the warnings of the locals. They resolved to confront the curse, unaware of what awaited them. The travelers breached the forbidden gates and entered the garden. Before them unfolded a scene of horror, flickering lights, towering trees bowing under the weight of darkness, and enigmatic forces lurking from the depths. As the group ventured deeper into the garden, shadows pressed upon them, testing their fear and weaknesses. One by one, the travelers began to lose their sanity, witnessing dreadful visions and hearing voices that pierced their minds. Eventually, only one of them remained alive. He reached the center of the garden, where he encountered Rudolph himself, malevolent and merciless. Rudolph revealed the truth: the travelers could not escape the curse, and their souls would forever belong to the Garten of Banban. The last adventurer became a shadow of himself, imprisoned within the garden. His cries and moans mingled with the voices of previous victims, filling the Garten of Banban with eternal suffering and despair. Since then, the Garten of Banban became a symbol of horror and evil. The locals abandoned it, leaving it desolate and turning away, for they knew that only suffering and lost souls who perished in its trap now inhabited the garden. The tale of the Garten of Banban and its curse became a warning to all who dared to engage in a battle with darkness and forces better left untouched.